up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every
Happy Labor Day, guys. I hope you're all having a great time this weekend. I've decided that Labor Day should be deemed a carnivore holiday. The reason being is most people like to grill over Labor Day. And what do they grill? Meat. Lots of meat, especially my husband. He has been having a ball. He got up early this morning. He's got stuff on the smoker. He's got stuff on the grill. He was cooking stuff inside the house. He's having a grand old time, and I get to reap all the benefits. So I love it. I think it's going to be one of my more favorite holidays now that I'm a carnivore. He's got chicken wrapped in bacon. He's got like this big pork thing on the smoker. He's got I don't even know what is all on there. I took a video up to show you guys, but it just looks really good. And one of my favorites has always been the spatchcock chicken. And I haven't had any chicken since I started doing this. And I used to eat a lot of chicken, but I'm trying to eat more red meat. So I'm really looking forward to having some chicken, just something a little bit different. And he even tried to make homemade pork rinds, but he abandoned that idea after he realized it was going to be a little more treacherous than he realized with the hot oil, and it was splattering, and it was like he said it's easier to just buy them. But anyway, I appreciate that he tried. He made this great breakfast sandwich. Oh my gosh, and completely carnivore. He saw a recipe online. Now that I'm doing carnivore, all these ads come across and all these, YouTube videos show up in his feed as well as mine. And he's been watching them as well. And he's always been pretty much a carnivore, ketovore. Who knew? But now he can really indulge in it, because I used to be like, no, we shouldn't be eating so much red meat. That gives you heart problems and gout. And well, now I know otherwise. So he can just carry on. But he's seen all these wonderful recipes, and like I've said, he's the cook in the family, thank God, because I'm not. So he'll try these wonderful recipes, and one of the recipes was for carnivore bread. There's no bread in it, it's no yeast or anything like that. It's strictly carnivore. I guess cottage cheese, eggs, and I'm not even sure what else, but he put it in our waffle iron. He basically made 2 pieces of carnivore bread, and then he cooked up some sausage and put that in there, and it was like a breakfast sandwich. It was delicious. So I had that this morning, and he gave me some smoked pork pieces that he made, and now I'm just waiting on the chicken. So we are having a meat feast this weekend because of him, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. We got a 3-day weekend ahead of us. It's hotter than heck here in Southern California, but we've got a pool, so I think I'm gonna take a dip in a little bit with my granddaughter. She spent the night. I've always got one of my grandkids here. I have 8. I'm very blessed. So it's nice, that there's always someone that wants to hang out with Nana. I appreciate it, and I love them all so much. But anyway, we did a little Labor Day shopping, because that's what I do on Labor Day. I look for the wonderful Labor Day sales. So we did a little bit of shopping, and then we came home and we decided that we need to take a dip in the pool, because when I looked at the temperature gauge in my car, it registered at 103. So I think that's warm enough that we need to take a dip in the pool. It had been down in the 80s just last weekend, and that just felt almost chilly after having, 3-degree or triple degree temperatures. 85 felt literally just like fall, which is why I put out all my Halloween stuff. Like I've said, though, it's only in my guest room. Nobody else has to see my craziness but me and my grandkids, and they appreciate it as much as I do. Thank God. I love them. So I hope you guys are all having fun. I tuned in this morning to Old Guy Carnivore, and he's great. He's wonderful. He had a live thing going on, and he's so knowledgeable and just has such a great personality. I really like listening to him. I'm going to watch some more of his videos this weekend, since I'm new to his channel, but I could see just from the few things that I did see, he's really good, and he's been doing this for quite a while. I was shocked to find out that he is almost 80. He was talking about that in his live stream. And again, like I said, carnivores never look their age. They always look so much younger, so much healthier. He's vital, sharp as a tack. You never know. I thought maybe early 60s, my age. So I was surprised when he said that he was pushing 80. I was like, oh my God, just another reason to do carnivore. But yeah, I kind of got tickled because I had left a comment, and he responded to me. He liked my name. I always, I was like, oh, listen, mention me, making everybody listen. But yeah, it was really neat listening to him. He went on for a while and just shared a lot of good information. And I'm always looking and learning and, trying to listen to other people. I've been listening to Carrie from Homestead Homestead How. Yeah, I think it's Homestead How. And like I said, he was probably one of the first ones I started listening to. And he's just so passionate about it. You just can't help but, want to do it. After you listen to him, it's like, oh my gosh, he makes it sound amazing. And then all the wonderful doctors that are involved in it. There's so many, so many. And nutritionists and if you have any doubts, because it does sound like it goes against the norm of what we've all been taught for years. And I know that everybody's like, it just, come on, mom, come on. I mean, meat, red meat and fat. We've been taught just the opposite, but we're just now learning, and people are awakening to the fact that all that we've been taught, all these studies that we've listened to that has told us that we need to eat more carbs and grains and fruits and vegetables, they were all funded by big pharma and the food industry, so they're not the most reliable. But fortunately, there's a lot of people out there that are in the medical field that do know the truth, and they're coming forward and they're letting us know that we have been lied to for years and years. And I'm just so thankful for people like that are willing to come out and tell us what's really going on. I think we've all suspected it, but when you hear it from people that are actually know, that are in the field, it just reassures you, and it makes you realize, you've got to change your way of eating if you want to be healthy. Unless you're feeling really good and you're healthy and you're fine, then, don't listen to me. But if you're not feeling like you think you should be feeling, if you don't have that energy and that clear-headedness that you should be feeling, it's from the foods that you're eating. And if you really want to get rid of it, why go to the doctor and ask for pills? It's so much easier to change your diet. It really is. I know when you say dieting, it's like, oh, dieting's so hard. This isn't a diet. This is a way of eating, and it is not hard. It is not hard at all. Like I say a million times, I'm 62. I will literally be 63 in just a couple weeks. I've tried every diet under the sun. I've even had weight loss surgery. Nothing has worked as well as this or as easy as this and made me feel as good as this. That's the amazing thing. And I say that over and over again. I have so much more energy than I have had in years. I have a clear head. I have no pain. I mean, I go on in all my videos about how great I feel, and just today going out shopping, and I'm looking around at people my age and younger, and you can just see it in them. They don't feel good. Everybody looks tired and just stressed, and it was hot, and I know that contributes to a lot of it, but you can just see by the way they're walking, and oh, so many people my age, it blows my mind. It really freaks me out when I see people that are my age, that I know are my age, people that I've talked to and stuff. And to me, they not only look older, but they just act older. They're slow, and you can see that there's pain in their joints or their back. And I want so badly to say something, but because the carnivore diet is so against what we've all been taught, it's so hard to just tell people about it without them automatically being on the offensive. They automatically are like, no, that's not good for you. That's not healthy. And it's like, I don't have all the paperwork to just show them, the numbers and all this stuff. All I can tell them is what I'm doing and suggest to them that they watch various videos or do their own research. But, there's really not a lot I can do. I just hope that they'll see the changes in me, and maybe they'll ask me, and then I can offer up that information, because I have had a few people that have noticed, not a lot yet, but I have had a few people say that they've noticed a difference, and that makes me feel good. But I want to be able to share that, and I want to help other people. I want everyone to know how easy it is to feel better. I've talked with friends and family for years, and we're always saying, oh, we're always tired, and or how we're stressed or depressed, and we're all like, yeah, it's just part of getting older, and we were all just resigned to that fact. And some of us will say, well, I'm doing this or that, and we'll try various supplements, and they help a little bit, and you might feel better for a little while, and then you're just back to where you were. And but I haven't seen anybody else that has really turned their life around with supplements or medication. We were all basically in the same boat. I feel like I got out of that. I was fortunate. I don't know why. I feel like, how things just happen. And the person that turned me on to carnivore, I would have never met. She was put in my path, and she just, I seen how she was doing, and we just got to talking one day, and she told me all about this, and I was like, wow, this is new to me. I mean, I've heard about it, but not too much. So she actually gave me a book, which got me started, and then the next thing I know, here I am. I'm full bore right into it. I had to give it a try, and within the first week, I noticed huge changes. And then as of Monday, this will be 6 weeks, and it's like there's no going back. There's no going back. Last night we went out to dinner for my younger son's birthday, and normally I would have a difficult time going to, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and I love, their tortillas and the chips and all that stuff. I had no problem avoiding those. I ordered a burrito with, meat. It was pork, and it had cheese on it. And then I had a side of sour cream, and I didn't eat the flour shell. And when the waitress came to clear the table, she had noticed that I didn't eat it. And she's like, did you not like it? And my husband let her know. He goes, oh, no, no, she's carnivore. I would have never said that, because I'm still I never know what kind of reaction I'm going to get, especially from strangers. And she goes, oh, the next time, just order a bowl of meat. She goes, I got you. I know. I'm the same way. She goes, I don't eat carbs. And I was like, oh, I could have just said, because people understand when you say that you're not eating carbs or you're low carbs. So, and I just thought that was really sweet of her. So I thought, next time I'll just order a bowl of meat with some cheese on it. I could have even had some of the guacamole and sour cream, and I'd have been fine. And then afterwards, we went back to my son and daughter-in-law's house, and she had this wonderful cake, and I didn't even have a bite. And normally that would have just killed me, because I loved sugar. I was a sugar addict, and sorry about that, guys. My camera cut me off again. Apparently my storage was full. I got to get a different phone or camera if I'm going to keep doing this. So anyway, where was I? I think I was telling you about how we went to my son and daughter-in-law's house after dinner, and they had this amazing cake. And normally I would have had a difficult time not having any, but I had no issues with it. I was fine. Sugar was my weakness, but I honestly had no problem turning it down. I was really proud of myself. Came home and had a few pork rinds, and that was good enough. So I woke up this morning and felt great. Now, if I had eaten that cake, even a sliver of it, I would have had my joint pain, probably a headache, and just felt like crud for the rest of the day. It's not worth it. Absolutely not worth it to me anymore. I like feeling good. It feels good to feel good. And I just want other people to feel as good as me. I want them to be on the same level, because, I feel a little more hyper, and I think it wears other people out. Nobody likes to be around somebody that's blah, blah, blah and all hyper when they're just like, ugh, they're feeling exhausted. It's probably exhausting being around somebody like me. So I want them to feel this way, so that, I have somebody else to hang out with. Fortunately, my husband does, because he pretty much has always eaten the way that I'm just now getting into. He's always had very few carbs. He's always been a huge meat eater, which is oftentimes been an issue with us, because I was worried. I thought it was bad for him, and I was trying to figure out a way to get him to eat less red meat. So now I know that I can back off. that he's just fine and he may outlive me. So I was just worried. I didn't want him to go before I did. I want to go first. But anyway, hopefully we'll both be around for many, many years. That's the goal, right? I want to at least see 100. Why not? If I feel this good in my 80s and 90s, and after listening to old guy Carnivore this morning, who's pushing 80, he's got a lot of life in him left. He's looking good, he's feeling good, and yeah, it was very inspirational to see that. I've watched a lot of videos of trying to get healthy on my new healthy lifestyle journey, which I started 3 4 months ago. And in that time I've watched various videos from people doing different things, and none of them seem as happy or youthful or vital as carnivores do. I was watching videos from people that were eating healthy balanced diets, and full on, some people were just eating raw fruits and vegetables, and they claimed that they felt good, but they didn't have like joy, or they just seemed real dry to me. I don't know. And they were talking very matter of factly and stuff, and it didn't grab my attention. But when I started watching Carrie Man, I believe his last name is, from Homestead How, he caught my attention because he was so excited. You could see the joy, the happiness, and he's healthy, and he was showing his before pictures and telling you about all the meds that he's gotten off of. That grabbed my attention. And then I started looking into other ones, and they're all that way. All of them. They're just wonderful people. Carnivores are amazing. I've already made some wonderful friends just online in the carnivore community, people that really care. They watch my videos, they offer me, some great advice and give me lots of information, and they want me to be healthy. They know that what they're doing has been wonderful, and they love sharing it. They would share it with everybody, but not everybody is receptive to it because, we've always been taught just the opposite. So, you kind of have to be cautious with who you talk to. Oh, I got a message I got to answer. But I just wanted to check in. Like I said, it's Labor Day weekend. I'm going to have a meat feast later on after we go swimming, and just so happy that I found this way of eating. I really am. I'm experimenting more. When I first started, I just did the basics because my main goal was just to kick sugar, and that was done, right away. I did that within the first week or two without any problems. Maybe a couple days where it was difficult, but I just used a little willpower. But since then, I have had no issues not eating sugar, and I thought it's a drug. It's like asking somebody to give up alcohol or cocaine. It's not easy. Obviously I'm old, and I've never been able to kick it until now. So that's a really hard one to give up. And thanks to Carnivore, I've given that up. And ever since then, it's just been, that was the hardest part. So ever since then, it's been pretty easy. Everything else has been, just one thing after another. Every day, it's like I notice something else that's healed or that's gotten better. And now I'm at the point, like I said, I was doing it pretty strict at the beginning. I wasn't really eating a lot of variety. Now I'm to the point where I'm having a little more variety. I realize now, at the beginning, it was like I kept saying I'm ketovore, and the goal was to be carnivore. I am carnivore. I mean, if you're eating 70% or more of your calories in meat, you're a carnivore. But because I do eat some carbs, I'm referred to as a ketovore. There's various names, and it just depends on who you're talking to. Dirty carnivore, ketovore, they're all basically the same. I have less than 20 grams of carbs, most days maybe 5. So that would make me a ketovore. Carnivores don't have any carbs whatsoever. And I might resort to doing that at some point, but right now what I'm doing is working for me. I feel wonderful, and that's the number one goal, and I'm losing weight on top of it. So as long as that keeps going, I did hit a plateau, but this morning I got up and I weighed myself. I know I'm not supposed to do that every day, and that's the habit I got to learn to kick, but I was happy to see that I was down about half a pound. So maybe the scale's going to be moving again. I made myself some fat bombs, which I know not everybody knows about. It was when I was doing Atkins, we always talked about fat bombs. You got to have more fat. I wasn't eating enough fat, so I made myself some fat bombs. I thought that might have stalled my weight loss, but I thinking maybe now it didn't. Maybe it's going to help it. Anyway, I won't bore you with all those details. I've got to answer this message, and I want to get in the pool. It's hot in here, so I will talk to you guys later. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is